When one thinks of the Manhattan Project, they typically think of Albert Einstein. Though his equation for the theory of relativity was vital to the creation of the bomb, his actual participation was very minimal. Here you can see a Times Magazine cover featuring Albert Einstein, the equation for the theory of relativity, and the dropping of the atomic bomb. The media built up Einstein's role in the atomic bomb, making it seem as if he was a key player, but his participation was very small. Einstein was a pacifist, meaning that he believed that war was not the proper way to solve problems, so his participation in the Manhattan Project was very surprising. After fleeing Nazi Germany, he had learned that three chemists in Berlin were on the brink of perfecting a game-changing weapon after they used nuclear fission to successfully split a uranium atom. However, once learning of this information from his peer Leo Szilard, he felt the only way to keep such a weapon out of the Nazis' hands was to reach out to the President of the United States. After Szilard turned to him, he decided to write a letter to FDR, urging him to support American research on perfecting powerful bombs of a new type that might be used using fissionable uranium. In his letter, he wrote, "In the course of the last 4 months, it has been made probable, through the work of Joliot in France, and as well as Fermi and Szilard in America, that it may become possible to set up a nuclear chain reaction in a large mass of uranium, by which vast amounts of power and large quantities of new radium-like elements would be generated. This new phenomenon would also lead to the constructions of bombs, and it is conceivable, though much less certain, that extremely powerful bombs of a new type may thus be constructed. A single bomb of this type, carried by boat and exploded in a port, might very well destroy the entire port with some surrounding territory." Despite Einstein urging the US to create the atomic bomb first, he never imagined the mass destruction his encouragement would cause.
The key to the atom's secrets was first given to the world in 1905, when the genius Albert Einstein defined the relation between all matter and energy and evolved his revolutionary theory of special relativity. Then, in 1919, Lord Rutherford confirmed Einstein's theory by smashing the nitrogen atom. By 1934, Italy's Enrico Fermi and France's Frederick Joliot had made substantial progress. Meanwhile, in America, scientists like Arthur H. Compton, Harold C. Urey, and Ernest O. Lawrence were carrying on intensive research. In 1939, Lisa Meitner, exiled from Germany, computed the results which could be obtained from splitting uranium. Dr. Pigram concentrated on research at Columbia University. Working under his supervision were Dr. Leo Szilard and Dr. Fermi, who were laying the groundwork for a chain reaction in uranium. Encouraged by their successful progress, Szilard discussed with Dr. Einstein in the summer of 1939 the results of their findings and stressed the urgent need for action by the U.S. government. Conscious of the disaster which would inevitably follow if Nazi Germany should be the first to succeed in releasing atomic energy, Dr. Einstein decided to write a personal letter to the president. The letter was immediately brought to the attention of the president. Recognizing the critical significance of Einstein's message, President Roosevelt signed an order appointing the director of the National Bureau of Standards, Dr. Lyman J. Briggs, as chairman of a special advisory committee on uranium. After only one meeting, the committee was able to report that an atomic bomb was a definite possibility.
The world's first atomic bomb was detonated on July 16, 1945, in the desert of New Mexico. A fireball with the explosive power of over 10,000 tons of dynamite, the bomb ushered in a new era of war. 3 weeks later, the United States dropped a bomb on Hiroshima, Japan, utterly and totally destroying the city. A few days after that, a second bomb brought the same fate to Nagasaki.
A mushroom cloud could be seen after the test dropping of the atomic bomb in New Mexico. Here you can see an image of just that. The Manhattan Project led to the dropping of the atomic bombs Fat Boy and Little Man on Nagasaki and Hiroshima respectively. They created mass destruction, leading to the Japanese surrender, ending the Second World War a lot sooner than an invasion of Japan would have. Today, the damage of the atomic bomb can still be seen in Hiroshima. While the creation of the atomic bomb has plagued our society even today, the Manhattan Project ended a world war, saving millions of lives that otherwise would have been lost. While Einstein's ideal society was one without war and violence, his participation in the Manhattan Project was born out of that theology. Despite this, his theory and, as a result, his involvement in the project has had a myriad of consequences.